We are doing the Burmese python in the Florida Everglades. We're presenting to like the Senator of Florida, Marco Rubio. Okay, this is what a Burmese python looks like. Okay, so a little about the Burmese python. They don't infect with a poisonous bite. They constrict their prey, so they basically like squeeze the life out of it until it stops breathing. In a clutch, they can lay up to 100 eggs, but they lay up to average of 35 eggs.
Yeah, what he said. Okay, so the problem with the Burmese pythons is that they're eating all the native species in the Everglades, and they're moving into more populated areas searching for food, and they can become really big, so this causes them to have a bigger appetite. So yeah, that's what's in the video.
And there has been some cases where they have been tried to eat people, and they have killed people before. Where do I need to start the video?
It's only on one.
Where?
It's only on
I clicked it too many times. I clicked it too many times.
You clicked the whole button, so that's how much noise. Culture. Good kid, you don't know what you're saying.
Well, I thought it was going to be 5 minutes. I didn't know I thought it was going to open right there. Hey, this is just free tapping.
There you go. People really worry about seeing some of the more threatened species like American crocodile, Ashlynne, or the key largo woodrat.
Wait, I need to cut it off.
In Southeast Asia, a lot of species kill their skins. And sometimes for
No, don't start it. I don't want to hear that violence. Sounds like a gunshot.
Can you stop it at a minute?
Today, the team and I are out walking the sawgrass fields in the Florida Everglades, hoping to stumble upon what has become this ecosystem's notorious invasive alien, the Burmese python. And while it's estimated that thousands of these large constrictors have taken up residence here, they're incredibly difficult to find. We had no luck coming across one naturally. The giant we were looking at here was captured a few years ago in the same area, and is now being used as an educational ambassador to encourage inexperienced reptile lovers to think twice before deciding to get one of these snakes as a pet. This snake is about 12 feet long, and you can see why a python of this size would be quite the voracious predator out here in the Everglades. Now, what people really worry about is these eating some of the more threatened species like American crocodile hatchlings or the key largo woodrat. Their natural habitat is Southeast Asia, and in Southeast Asia, a lot of these snakes are killed for their skins and sometimes for their meat. These snakes are just so well camouflaged in this Everglades environment, and you could be out here for days looking.
Video links is kind of wonky on the 3 TV setup. We have that.
Okay, so the current solutions, the U.S. has banned all imports of the Burmese python, and people are having python hunting contests, and there's special traps that catch the Burmese pythons. And to own a Burmese python, you have to have a special permit saying that you're allowed to. And the python skin is being used to make fashion wear.
Like purses, shoes, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so our solution was to inject the Burmese python eggs with some type of trait that will stop them from reproducing. A strength about our solution is it will lessen the amount of pythons being like made. And then a weakness would be we would have to inject thousands of eggs before at least one egg actually has the trait in their gene. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
Any
Is
questions?
there any questions?
Ethan?
okay, so one flaw that I see in your solution is the injection in the eggs is much more time consuming and also less cost effective than just crushing them and ending their life before it even has no chance to reproduce. So that would end the problem before it even becomes a problem.
So what's your question?
Why are you injecting rather than killing initially? Because that's basically what you're doing. You're just making them all alive and die.
Well, some of the Everglades are really hard to get to. So if you let the snakes out that have got this certain trait, they don't do anything. You don't have to watch and keep track of them. They can just go out and do it itself.
So you wouldn't have to watch them if you crushed them either.
So you would have to watch the other ones. Plus, it would still take a while to crush all the eggs. But then it wouldn't solve anything.
It's less. Well, it would stunt the growth of the population, because you'd be taking out some of the future generations. And it's also, it wouldn't take as long as getting scientists who are able to inject eggs one at a time with a serum or a genome or whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing here, it sounds like you're talking about sterilization program. So you're making it so that the ones that live can't reproduce.
Yeah.
Would that make them more extinct though?
No, this is an invasive species, so it's not native here. They're still living over in Asia, yeah. So, and I see what you're saying, Ethan. But you know, they can lay up to 100 eggs in a clutch. So taking all the time for everybody just to go out and look at everybody is time. Looking for every one of them is time consuming too.
In your initial presentation to us, you said that you would use dogs. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
So that they would find the eggs, take people.
But it also takes time to train them too.
That's something you'd also be doing in the injector.
Yeah.
So I think that it'd just be more cost effective and more time effective to just.
Yeah.
Any more questions? No.
Jenna.
For your presentation, when you were choosing whether or not you should do this situation or not, what made you want to do this? What made it important to you guys that was a problem that needed to be solved?
Well, they're like wiping out all the native animals, and when they wipe all out in the Everglades, they're going to move into more populated areas, which can result in people being hurt by them, because people have been tried to be eaten. I've seen it on National Geographic where this guy came up on a python that had constricted a guy, and he was trying to consume him, but he couldn't fit his shoulders. If he would have been turned facing like this, he could have ran right open.
So what you're saying is that they can cause death and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're non-venomous snakes, but they can still kill you.
Yeah.
They
Like
can hurt you.
Yeah,
like
they can
like a
constrict you.
12-foot python
They're
can
dangerous.
do 300 pounds per square inch when it constricts you.
Oh, yeah, 'cause then it's squeaky.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew.
I have two questions. How long does this pythons live, and what are you going to do with the current pythons living right now?
It can live up to 30 years in the wild, and I think it's like 33 in captivity. It's the average, but some more. And what was your second question?
What are you going to do with the current ones living right
Exterminate them.
now?
Any more questions?